Hey guys, Duke of TBC here, and I am back with another Hearthstone video. Today we're going to be talking about an announcement Blizzard just made, I believe, yesterday. It has the fact that they're going to be nerfing the Grim Patron Warrior deck. They're going to be doing this in a way, though, that I found completely unexpected, and I find completely and totally ham-handed and just the wrong way of going about this, because they are going to ruin a card instead of just slightly nerfing something to fix it. I apologize in advance, I'm sick, but I wanted to make this video. So the card that they are going to be nerfing, if you have not heard, is going to be Warsong Commander. Warsong Commander currently reads, whenever you summon a minion with 3 or less attack, give it charge. Simple. What they're going to be nerfing the card to say is, your minions with charge now have +1 attack. That is absolutely devastating. They're essentially making this card a worse raid leader. And that is a card that is currently never played. So they're taking a class-specific card that's been around since beta, and they are making it unplayable, instead of simply slightly nerfing a couple other cards or one other card. That would make all the difference to the deck. Now, I am in the camp that believes that Grim Patron does not need a nerf. It is not an oppressive deck. You don't even see it all that much on ladder anymore, because it is a very difficult to play deck, and it's difficult to pilot. Many people make many mistakes while playing the deck. You have to using your resources to stay alive, while at the same time making sure that you can get to a point where you can actually kill your opponent. Many people are not good at doing this juggling act, and they fail playing the deck. On ladder, climbing to single-digit ranks, I run into these people all the time. They're forced to play a Grim Patron, make a couple of them to try and contest the board, so they're just not completely run over. Pardon me, I'm still coughing. And in so doing, they lose one of their outs to even winning the game at all. So if you kill off their Grim Patrons, you normally don't even see anything for them to contest for another 4 or 5 turns, and they'll just be dead by then. So Grim Patron, I'm in the camp, it does not need a nerf. The deck is fine how it is. But if we are going to nerf it, these changes are way better and they're just way more understandable, and they would still nerf the deck enough to where people should be happy. So the first nerf, and a lot of people talk about it, is to simply make it so Warsong Commander only gives charge if the creature has 3 or less attack, which means that if you have a Frothing Berserker gain 4, 5, 6 attack, it loses its charge. That's a very simple fix, because that even affects your Grim Patrons, which means that if you Inner Rage or Cruel Taskmaster a Grim Patron to create another Grim Patron, the now 5/2 Grim Patron cannot attack immediately, and that is a huge tempo loss to the Grim Patron player, because normally that 5/2 Grim Patron then has like another Inner Rage put on it. It becomes like a 7/2, and it's used for getting rid of a taunt. It's used for getting rid of something that needs to be gotten rid of, so that the Grim Patron player can get its kill in. So that alone would be a huge nerf. It means your Frothing Berserkers cannot get these huge 16, 17 damage swings, and it means that your Cruel Taskmastered and Inner Ranged Grim Patrons cannot attack the turn that they're played. That is enormous. That is a huge nerf, but still lets the deck be piloted and still possibly be played. It just means that the deck will have to start playing things like Alexstrasza and Grommash Hellscream as their finishers. They'll have to play a finisher card on top of their combo, and that's very reasonable. That is a reasonable nerf. It is still an incredibly strong nerf, one that I think is still a little too strong, but it's there, and that matters. So another nerf, and this is one that I'm very much a fan of, and I think would solve all the problems. Frothing Berserker is currently a 2/4. That's the problem, because that means you can Inner Rage it and get 2 Whirlwind effects off, and it's still alive. So a very simple fix to the Frothing Berserker problem is to just simply make it a 2 attack, 2 health minion for 3. That means only 1 Inner Rage effect can be put on it, or it can only survive one whirlwind. That means it's going to get at most +5, +6 damage, maybe +7. So yeah, it'll swing for 7, 8, 9, 10 damage once. That's it. That's and you're lucky even if you get it to be that high. So reducing it to the 2 health means that one whirlwind effect and that's it. Anything more and it's simply gonna die. Or maybe the decks will start using charge so they can damage it, give it charge, and then damage it some more. Either way, you're adding more cards into the combo and more cards that they have to pull off to get the combo and kill somebody. Either way, it is a huge nerf, it is a big tempo loss, and it makes the card way less powerful. It makes it so much easier to kill, and it just makes it so that you're not going to get these ridiculous 17, 18, 19 damage swings out of it. It's just not going to happen. This now, once again, that's a pretty powerful nerf. If I had to pick one, that would definitely be one over what they're doing now. What I'm about to suggest next is the nerf that I think they should have gone with. Now, Frothing Berserker Warsong Commander combo has been around since beta. The deck, though, was not played until Grim Patron itself and Emperor Thorazon were introduced into the deck. That is because having that one and only kill option simply was not good enough. The deck was playable, it was considered a gimmick deck, it was like tier 3. No one played it. It was just a gimmick deck. It was bad. Which means that the card that really needed looking at was Grim Patron. The problem with Grim Patron is that it added so much fuel for your Frothing Berserker for free. And this is a simple fix as well. You just make Grim Patron a 3/2. When a Grim Patron is at 3/2, it can only be copied once, and then it will die. That means that you can't go Inner Rage Whirlwind, and you have four Grim Patrons. That is a huge nerf. That means you have to either Whirlwind or Inner Rage, trade that one in, then play a card to copy the new Grim Patron that you have, send that one in, and then copy the new Grim Patron that you made. So this makes the most sense because that means that if you have one copy of Grim Patron out, and then you Inner Rage, and then you play your Frothing Berserker, and then you send the Grim Patron into like maybe their taunt that they have to get rid of, and then you use the Whirlwind effect, you're not having 4 and 5 Grim Patrons on the board that are affecting the Frothing Berserker, thus letting it become such a huge minion. This is the nerf that makes the absolute most sense. Make Grim Patron a 3/2. That nerfs the Frothing Berserker procs, that nerfs its ability to just completely flood the board, and all around just makes the deck it pulls the deck back quite a bit while still allowing Warsong Commander and Frothing Berserker to be played in other decks without just completely getting destroyed and being unplayable. Once again, I think that is the nerf that just makes the most sense. If you agree with me, disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. If you would nerf something else, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.